Hi angels, it's me, Angela. For today's vlog, we're going to react to some video clips with none other than Mr. Angelo himself.
Hi Team Angels, I am Angelo and we will discuss about the sum of the philosopher's perspective about the self.
Without further ado, let's jump to the reaction video.
Immanuel Kant's empirical self-consciousness, or latterly called transcendence of perception. Let's talk about the controversial adultery issue about John Gutierrez and Jelle Andres. Inner experience. Jelle Andres have family experience about her mom and her dad who also did this mistake. And her mom wholeheartedly forgave her father and gave it a chance to fix the relationship. As of now, since then his father finds the right path and faithfully handles their family. It is her experience that keeps her believing that she can still fix the relationship, even if it happened not just twice. Inner sense. Since they are public figure, they will receive a lot of comments about their situation. People think that Jelle needed to fight for her right as a wife and file a case against her husband. Jelle honestly revealed that it comes to her mind to file an annulment case, but still, she added that there's a part of her that holds her back to fix it. It's her experience about her mom and dad.
Jella, what can you say about the first video?
It is like the Kant's perspective about empirical self-consciousness, which we call today as the transcendence of perception, or what we call that TA. Now, I truly understand what was the difference between the two. The inner experience talks about our personal journey and thoughts about certain things based on what we have experienced, while the inner sense is the combination of our experience and knowledge influenced with other variables in the situation.
And that is our last discussion for this meeting. Okay guys, our midterm exam is already next week. So I hope you can do your best and I know you will pass the exam. So good luck everyone. Bye!
Will I be able to pass it all? I'm not smart, just like my classmate. Yes, I passed all of the exam. I'm so happy.
It is definitely Gilbert Riles.
Yeah, I remember about that concept. I remember about his quotation about the dogma goes in the machine. The dogma goes that he is pertaining is about our mind, while the machine is the representation of our body, which I conclude that our mind and the body are separated.
But then as we saw in the video, whatever Gerald thinks does not reflect himself. It is not the reflection of himself. He said that he is not smart, but his study worked. He studied hard and it made him pass the exam. It is like what he behaved is the reflection of himself. Okay? Next clip.
The Sigmund Freud's psychoanalysis theory. Maria went home from her work late in the evening and passed through a man who was just walking away from a party. The investigator's point of view. Investigators' first possible scenario of the crime, the conscious mind of the suspect. It has possibility that it is a wanted crime. Investigators' second possible scenario of the crime, the preconscious mind of the suspect. It has a possibility that he slightly got drunk and having a bit of consciousness, but he committed the crime. Investigators' third possible scenario of the crime, the unconscious mind of the suspect. It has a possibility that it is an unwanted crime since he went to a party. It has the possibility that he is high on drugs and get drunk, that's why he committed the crime. The suspect's point of view. Suspect's id or his demand or instinct. Because of his sexual responses or the libido, he wanted to have sexual interaction with the girl he met to satisfy his sexual instinct. Suspect's ego or his situation in reality. His mind was manipulated by the influence of drugs and alcohol. That pushes him to commit the crime. Suspect's superego or his morality and values. Suspect believed that sexually harassing Maria is against the law, and it is not really acceptable in our society. It might put him behind the bars. Victim's point of view. It is a traumatic experience to Maria. Her experience changed her perspectives and behavior. It causes her to have anxiety, and every time a man will stand next to her, the memories from the crime hit her that made her immediately behave aggressive and tension. She never had a boyfriend since then. She refuses to have conversations and avoid herself to enter relationships because of her trust issues. As resulted from her traumatic experience, it served as her defense mechanism. This is her way to prevent her to feel and remember her experience. It is just to prevent but not to completely vanish, since we can choose the memories to keep and forget, so that this memory creates a long-term problem, and it is her changed perspective and behavioral patterns made by her anxiety.
Their chosen scenario explains well how Freud theory works. It shows the levels of the mind by giving the examples of conscious, preconscious, and unconscious states of it. After that, it emphasizes how ego and superego plays in our minds, and the use of defense mechanism in our conscious mind.
While Angelo watching a TV, he sees one of the famous actors in the Philippines. He thought that the actor was so handsome, that his smile is so refreshing to look at, so tall, and he has so many talents. In the mind of Angelo, he thought himself to be like that actor, who is tall, handsome, had a beautiful smile with the same talents. However, while walking, he sees himself in a mirror and realizes that it is impossible to be like that actor because he is a short man that doesn't have a beautiful smile and doesn't have a talent like an actor.
That was a good clip. And it is like the theory of churchland, right? Because churchland only believes on what we can sense and not on something that we don't. Just like in that scenario where the man imagines himself as that actor. However, he realized that it is impossible to happen because of what he sees about himself. We believe on something that we can see in the reality and not on something that we thought our imagination has, that we see as a lie. And for the last clip,
Angelo graduated as a senior high school student. When it's time for picking the program for entering college, he knew that teaching will be his choice. But when his parents said that he should pick a program that is medicine related and he should follow their footsteps on being a doctor, he asked himself,
why do I want to pursue teaching? What is my purpose?
and after a day of thinking, he answered himself that it is because since high school, it is already his dream to teach children, and it makes him happy thinking that it will be his mission to teach children for many years. He said it to his parents without hesitation and chose program for teaching.
Wow, he's literally a man of his life. Just like what Marie Sponti believed. You are the one who has control of your life. And don't let other people dictate it. Because you're the only one who has the right to dictate it.
well said, Jello. And that's it, angels. We hope that you learned something from us. Jello, do you still anything else to say to our angels?
Nothing else but angels. Just be yourself.
Bye,
Bye, angels.